All right, and welcome back to another Megatron Draws. And today we are back. Been, I think, 2 weeks since our last stream. So, yeah, it's been really busy with work lately, doing a lot of out of town work. So, it's been kind of stamping my energy for doing live streams. But we're back finally today. And we're just going to do a little Beast Boy sketch. Now, if you remember, I actually did the pen and inks, the original pen and inks for this think a couple months ago, maybe. It was when I was doing the whole where I was just kind of drawing a bunch of different like deep or what was it? Oh no, what I was doing the transfers for this for the original inks to the blending card. That's what I was doing with these ones. So I remember. I remember. I remember. And so yeah, so it's decided to do Beast Boy because it was just the easy one for me to do. So I was going to do this actually last weekend, or not last weekend, but I decided not to. I was just kind of too tired to stream that day. So what we're doing today. And you'll kind of notice that there's a little link to help Cock Release Crusader. So he's in trouble. So there's a little GoFundMe link there if you guys want to go send him some love, support, all that good stuff. Because we gotta protect our boys here. We gotta stick by each other through thick and thin. So without further ado, I think we'll get started. Now we're kind of approach Beast Boy a little bit differently today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a yellow for the base of his skin color, and then we'll kind of slowly transition to a green. It's kind of how I did the Ninja Turtles when I was doing pencil colors for them a couple months ago. So I'm going to try that same sort of technique with a Beast Boy here, but with Copic instead of pencil crayons, because that's what we got today. So without further ado, we'll get started. I'm just going to adjust my camera just a little bit. Just like that. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Position my light source. Hopefully I got a new lamp in here pretty soon, actually. It's gonna have nice illumination from above. That way I don't get all these dark shadows from my hand 24/7. So we're gonna start with the Y000. Just gonna go over all the green skin tones here. I just want to go in with the yellow here for Beast Boys because I kind of wanted to go for a very warm sort of color. And yellow is very much a very warm sort of comforting sort of color, and so I think it kind of matches with Beast Boy's personality a bit. Because even though he is a bit of a trickster, a bit of a the class clown type, he has someone has a heart of gold deep down. So that's what I'm trying to convey here with colors. Just a little thing like that kind of go a long ways when you kind of think about what colors kind of emphasize warmth and and does that really reflect well with the character you're drawing? And so yeah. Just all it really is a lot of time when it comes to coloring and stuff. Just like think about the characters, think about their world, think about what they're supposed to represent, what their personality is, and kind of just think about those things and think about what kind of colors that kind of emphasize those sorts of traits in the character. Then it's like, well, kind of just build off that, and then you're smooth sailing. What I like about this color too is that it's kind of like a yellowy green almost, like the yellow kind of has a little bit of a green sort of a hue to it almost. It'll kind of make things a lot easier to kind of transition over. And just trying to even out. The blending, and then go from there. Okay, move into a slightly darker yellow. Okay, we'll pull in a Y08 just to kind of emphasize some of the darker areas a bit more, the shadow lines. And then we'll kind of move in and pull out some greens for this one. Or, you know, actually might pull back and use the Y000 again, just kind of blend out these three yellows, and then we'll kind of bring the greens. Hey, Jason. Lean, green, main, fine machine. Exactly. Exactly. How's it going? I don't think I've seen you on this channel before, so good to meet you. Hope you're having a good day so far. And we'll just kind of blend in the 3 yellows just used, and we'll kind of bring in some greens on top of it. Want to kind of start off with a yellow because I feel like yellows are a very, very warm color, and I think that would kind of help, I guess, sort of emphasize Beastboy's personality, because he has this kind of very, even though he's a bit of a trickster, even though he's a bit of a, you know, a class clown type character, he's still someone who's kind of very, very loyal, very, very, you know, compassionate and all that, and towards his friends and all that. So I kind of like, so he's a clown with a soft side, and that's kind of how I see him. So, and yellow is a very, very warm sort of color, so it kind of helps balance it out. All right, so I'll bring in a YG03. And we'll kind of do the same thing we did with the yellows. We'll kind of just like start off with a very, very light shade, and we'll kind of work off from that. I think the YG11 is a little bit lighter, so let's start with that instead. Yeah. So we'll kind of follow the same sort of patterns. Paper's a little wonky right now. What's going on with that? Whatever. Kind of a new way of sort of coloring Beast Boy. I usually just go for straight greens, but I think I might have used a little bit of yellow when I did the Christmas piece and the Halloween one. I think I used a lot of yellow for that, but that was more for the light sourcing purposes, not so much for pinup work like this. So. Right. Seems to keep the coming through now. Pull in a YG03. And follow our sort of darker lines here. All right. And we'll grab the sides. Okay, and then we'll move on to, I think maybe this could no. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Not my favorite, but it'll do for now. We'll change that in a minute. Can't like back out now that I've committed. It's okay though. I'll use it in brief segments here. Shit. A little too far. So 321. So probably go for about maybe an hour and a half. Shouldn't take me too long to go through this one. We won't be doing a background for this one. I just want to kind of keep it simple today. So should bring this guy in. I'm gonna bring back a yellow. Just kind of help blend out the greens here. Okay. Yeah, I do all traditional. I tried digital once. I just didn't really like it. This wasn't really my my forte. I'm a bit more of a hands-on sort of guy. I probably could learn it. I just don't want to. It's just like it's too much work. You know, I don't like just the way it kind of goes down because like, you get to. It's just very very frustrating for me because it's like I just like to get into the work. But if you're doing digital, you have to kind of make a bunch of layers for different things you're coloring and such, and it kind of just becomes a bit of a pain for me. I'm just like, it's like I just want to get done. Yeah. So I tried it once, I just didn't really like it very much. And it's more satisfying when you have something in your hands. I feel like, yeah, you can say you made it. So. But yeah, so I used to do I used to do watercolors actually on this channel like very very early on when I was first getting going. But I eventually kind of grew out of that. I just didn't really like the process. I didn't really like the way certain things came out, and then I switched to Copics, and yeah, been here ever since. So yeah. I think we need more warmer colors here. So I think I'm bringing back the YO2. See, I only use 4 layers max usually painting. Yeah, like, I just couldn't really get into it. It was just not for me. I was, I'm lazy, and it might have been because I had a really small tablet I was using, so it might be the reason why. Yeah, I just really couldn't really get into it. Gotcha. Yeah. Love when I get invited to paint and sips. Yeah. I don't really do a whole lot of well, aside from like sometimes like when I'm drawing, like on my breaks at work, I don't really do a whole lot of art in public, but I tend to get a lot of compliments though, every now and then. So what do I do? The rusty tread skills, yeah. All right. We'll get somewhere. I need a drink. My throat's killing me. Much better. All right. But yeah, we're doing Beastboy today because I actually did the original inks for this a couple months ago, as well as a few other Teen Titans drawings, and so I had this one. I had this one fully inked up a couple weeks ago. I just didn't really get around to it because I had to work out of town for the weekend. So I was gonna do it a couple days ago, but I just wasn't really up for it. I was just really tired because I had just gotten back from out of town shift, so wasn't really in the mood for it. Still kind of adjusting to a lot of the longer road trips. But I'm getting used to it. So it's good money. So, but yeah, so I got Beastboy here today. Been doing a lot of I did a lot of Beastboy and Raven and a lot of other Teen Titans stuff like last year, like near the end of the year. It's kind of in a bit of a phase there. Which people seem to have people keep telling me I have a problem because I drew Raven I think I drew Raven like at least 16 times last year. So I did the one piece where it was like it's sort of a collage of all the different Raven emotions from Nevermore, so that kind of counts as 8. And I did a few. Let's see, I did one on Dadman Walking's channel when I was on a stream. I did the one with Hera and Beastboy. I did the Halloween one, or 2 Halloween ones. I did the one where it was just Beastboy as a cat and Witch Raven. Because in that piece, I kind of turned because in last October, I kind of turned all the a few of the Teen Titans girls into witches, and then for the last piece I did in that month, I did a whole group shot of the 5 Titans, showed up by Wayne Manor of all places. So they were all dressed up in different costumes. I had Beastboy as a goblin, I had Raven as a devil girl, Starfire was the witch, Robin was a vampire, and then Cyborg. I think I made him the pirate. So yeah, a lot of fun. And also I did the 2 Christmas pieces for Teen Titans. So doing a lot of Teen Titans stuff lately for whatever reason. But I don't complain. I love the goths, exactly. I don't blame blame the cartoons. They're so good and so well written. That's just like it's their fault. I had to draw them. There, not my fault. But it's gotten to the point now where I can just like straight up draw Raven just from memory now. Like, and there's very, very few characters that I have like kind of in my wheelhouse that I can draw just like based on memory. Like Batman's one of them, and Raven's kind of become one of them that I can just like straight up draw from memory without any issues really. Done it so many freaking times now. Now that it's kind of just mainly the cartoon Raven. So I might actually try and expand and do the comic book version of a design, but I always was more drawn to the cartoon version of Raven. No pun intended. So yeah. Funny growing up, I was always discouraged from making fan art now. Yeah. I don't think I've ever really been discouraged from drawing anything, really. I just draw whatever I want, and if people don't like it, it's like, well, tough luck. Like, it's what I want to do. So it's like, I draw what I want to draw, and if people like it, people like it. If people don't like it, people don't like it. Yeah. Trying to think about too much what other people think. I obviously don't close off criticism, but entirely. It's just sometimes you gotta. It's not so much what you. It's not because sometimes it's not so much how you draw. It's what you draw, like the content itself, that some people have a problem with. Like, so if people want to criticize the way I do something, that's one thing. But then if they want to criticize the thing I'm trying to draw, or for me drawing it, is like, well, screw you. It's like I want to draw Teen Titans, or I want to draw Batman, or I want to draw Transformers, or what have you. So I'm gonna do it. It's like, screw you guys. Don't like it, don't look at it. Very simple. Although I did have a few people kind of give me some flack when I did the She-Hulk and the Emma Frost I did when I was first starting out my channel, because people didn't like that I was drawing them as feminine women who were attractive and all that. And so, for whatever reason, like apparently we can't draw sexy women anymore. Apparently, it's like tough luck. We'll find out everyone does an adult. Well, as an adult yet. But still, someone already gets paid to draw the characters. Like, yeah. Well, if you do commissions, you can get paid to draw like characters like Beastboy or whatever. So. That's what you like to draw. That's what you like to draw. And it's like I don't really see the issue doing fan art. I do think that it is kind of a good sort of practice, kind of trying new things and sort of expand. But it's like if you like drawing certain characters, certain types of characters, and knock yourself out. We can take your pens away in a day. And kind of messy up here. I'm just gonna kind of go over this part here. Just gonna clean it up. All right. Let's see. Try this guy. Beastboy, he kind of had a very, I guess, kind of a hunter sort of green skin to him in the cartoon, if I remember correctly. Now in the 2 Times Go cartoon, he had a more vibrant, more almost lime green sort of skin color. So, but obviously we're going for more of the original cartoon style here. So. So it's not a very, very vibrant sort of green, but I kind of want to have a little bit of a vibrance to it. Like, if that makes any sense. Hard to explain. Process here. So I want to kind of evoke the original cartoon colors, but also kind of, still give out that sort of warmth I'm trying to go for the character here. Yeah. I like the darker green too. Kind of a little bit easier on the eyes, Less sometimes the Canson Go version is a little bit too bright. All right. The colors here, I usually try to follow the sort of the line work. Not to a fault, because sometimes you don't want to. There's some areas that are just not meant to be like indented or whatever in the face. But it's a good way to kind of map things out in the coloring. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've kind of transitioned into a little bit more of a cutesy style, honestly, in more recent years. But I think it's mostly because I have nieces now, so I kind of have to can't really do too many suggestive drawings as much, which is fine by me. I don't really like doing this stuff anyways. Not really into the whole NSFW crowd, which is kind of a weird comparison to draw from this. So I tried it once, actually. I tried it once trying to do NSFW. It just wouldn't for me, personally. But yeah, I had more of a, before this, I kind of had more of a comic book style, and I still kind of do to an extent, but I've kind of transitioned into a more of a very, very cutesy style for a lot of the, mainly for mostly for like the female characters I draw. Like I kind of, I don't even know if cutesy is supposed to be the right word for it. It's more, I guess, wholesome. More wholesome is what I've been trying to go for more in recent years. Just because I think that we kind of need more stuff like that. I think we need more wholesome sort of characters and heroes in our culture and our, you know. Not that I think I'm making a difference. I just, it's just something I want to see more of. And so the best way to see it is to make it. So so that's why you always kind of see me drawing happy heroes most of the time anyways. Unless it's a villain, then they're going to be angry. Unless they're a villain with who has a good smile. Good evil smile. All right. Let's see here. Maybe the 17 might be good here. But I have kind of like I've been doing a lot of like last year especially, I was doing a lot of like experiment with different styles. So I kind of, because I do a lot of Disney stuff now actually, because I have nieces that love Disney. So I'll try to draw for them and stuff. So I kind of experiment with Disney. It's kind of classical art style. I've been experimenting with the sort of that Teen Titans sort of vibes art style, and then a little bit of Bruce Timm, a little bit of Darwin Cook here and there, a little bit of J. Scott Campbell influence. I've kind of it's kind of been experimenting with different styles, different and kind of looks and all that. It's kind of helped sort of it's been a good way to kind of help sort of find my own style, so to speak. Even though your style, you never truly find your style. I don't think it's something that's kind of something you're always kind of building upon. Because like the worst thing you can do as an artist is stay in one place the whole time, never evolve, never change, never. Because it's good to evolve. It's good to sort of experiment and do different things. Yeah, I never finished any straight up SMW. Yeah, it's like, it's like, yeah, because for me, it's like I have nieces now, and it's like they see that stuff, and they're smart. Like my nieces are really smart, and even though they're very, very young, it's like eventually they are going to find my channel. Eventually they're going to figure out that I do YouTube and stuff, and so I'm just like, it's like I don't want them. I don't want them to see me drawing boobies or naked boobies or whatever. It's like I want to make set an example. Important. That's not me saying that all artists are W artists are bad or anything like that. It's nothing like that at all. It's just a personal thing for me. So I tried it once. I was just like, I just felt dirty when I finished. I was like, fuck's sake. I feel like a degenerate personally. So it's like I'll only do that stuff if I'm like paid for it. That's the only time I'll ever really draw an SFW is if it's a commission. But other than that, I don't really do it. I like drawing more wholesome, more classy women, anyways. So appealing to me. Yeah, you want to get realism? Yeah, yeah. Never really experiment with realism too much, honestly. I kind of like the. I grew up watching a lot of cartoons and stuff, and I've always kind of been more drawn to those kinds of art styles. So I try to be more. I always go for more cartoony. It's more fun for me than doing realism. But I'm always like really impressed by people like Alex Ross, who managed to almost draw like photorealistic sort of superheroes and stuff like that. It's like, holy shit, how the fuck do you do that? So I go over all the greens now with the YG03. I think we have all the because the idea of doing all these different sorts of greens and yellows and all that's kind of just meant to create sort of texture underneath the skin here and build up to the final product here. So how I do things specifically with like like characters with like very very unique sort of skin tones like greens or blues. You kind of want to take your time with it. Do rendered cartoon style now. Ooh, cars, yeah. I need to start getting into drawing cars more. Actually, it probably really helped me with my Transformers drawing sometimes. Like I do a lot of Transformers streams as well on this channel, so I think it would be really helpful in doing that. Yeah, I'm more focused on like drawing like people and characters and stuff like that lately. All right. All right. I think we're getting somewhere with Beast Boy. Starting to come through now. Get a little bit more of a vibrant sort of color going. And I think we'll move on from there. I think we'll start with after this we'll kind of get the hair going and then go from there. Let's see. Bring up Y000 again. Trying to do quick switches on break. Yeah, I do the same thing sometimes. I have a problem. My job though is that I work a lot of I work in different places, so it's kind of hard to kind of find time to sketch on the breaks. But on my road trips, I definitely do a lot of drawing, whether it's in my hotel rooms or in my or in the car. Yeah. I just want to bring in a little bit more of a yellow, just kind of. A little more yellow. Just kind of blend things in more. But But yeah, the past couple of years I've been doing a lot of different things artistically, and kind of proud of myself, honestly, a little bit, because not only am I doing a lot of my draw streams, obviously my regular ones. I also did some experimenting a couple of years ago when I started doing my diorama streams, because for those who don't know, I also have my channel here is kind of very, very random. I just post whatever I feel like posting. So I do art streams, but that kind of is not just in drawing and stuff, but I also do diorama streams, which I've done for my Transformers collection. And because for those who don't know, I'm a very big Transformers fan, obviously. My name on my channel doesn't make it obvious, but and I'm a big Masterpiece Transformers collector. So so one day I just kind of decided, I want to kind of spice up my display here. And so I started making dioramas to kind of, give my characters some love, give them give them a little bit of an environment to kind of live in, kind of make them, really pop out and stuff. So it's been a really interesting, sort of a journey, kind of learning how to, because at that point I didn't really do a whole lot of acrylic painting, and so it was a very, very unique sort of learning experience for me. So and speaking of collecting, I actually just ordered the DX9 Menasor, or at least the Motormaster part, because I saw them on sale on Shozy Store, and so I was like, he's going for pretty cheap. So, but it's basically Menasor, because like he comes with because basically the Motormaster from DX9 comes with all the combiner elements for Menasor. So I'm just like, oh, that kind of works for me. So I literally bought, and so it's like only $100 for like the other car bots. So just gotta kind of collect them all at some point. But yeah, I got it for a pretty good deal, I think. So they do miniatures? No, like I said, I was very, very new to dioramas. I just did it because I wanted to have a nice little environment for my Transformers to kind of inhabit. And if you look at my, I think I should have, it should be the first video on my channel. Or not the first video I made on my channel, but the first one you should see when you go to my YouTube channel is the latest collection tour I did a couple months ago, where I kind of showed off some of the dioramas and all that and whatnot. That's kind of what I do mostly. So, but yeah, I don't really do miniature stuff. That's more some of what my friend Bruce Lombardo would do. He's big into that stuff. So yeah, just trying to add a bit of life to Beastboy here with this yellow here. Give him more warm sort of green here. Got a little on the side. That's okay. We're not gonna be doing a big background here today. I'm just gonna kind of keep it a white background, so I'll just white that out later. But got RC cars on the side. Ooh, nice. That's cool. And I kind of actually this year I kind of dabbled a little bit with spray paint, because I made this frame. I think I'll pull it out real quick. I got a picture of it on my phone. Hopefully I can show it on the stream. But I made this framed picture of all these different Disney characters for my nieces for their birthday, and so I had to kind of paint the frame for it that I got from Michael's, because I wanted it to be golden frame, because I had some lettering in the Disney sort of font that I ordered from Etsy, and I want to kind of have that on the frame itself. So I'll show it off real quick if I can find it. Just gotta make sure I don't pull out one that has their names on it. That's the key here. There we go. Not sure if they'll be able to tell or whatever, but this is what I kind of made for them, this little frame here. So I got a bunch of Disney characters on that. So try to show that a little better. So I had to use spray paint to make that, and it was kind of a pain in the ass, honestly, spray paint, because the paint would chip off if you weren't careful. So that was also a little bit of a learning curve for me. It was fun. It was a really cool experience, and they loved it. So yeah. So whenever and it's kind of like my whole thing is I'm always kind of say this whenever I'm in the chats or whatever other people's channels, but I am the world's best uncle, and that's the reason why. My problem is now I have to find a way to top that one because I haven't really. But when it comes down to Christmas and all that, pretty forgiving. Okay, yeah. Let's see what kind of. I can't remember which kind I used. Hold on. It's too far away. But it was one I got from Michaels. I can't remember what the brand was, but in retrospect, I should have used a primer on top of it, like a white or something like that, or a yellow primer. But yeah, hindsight's 2020. So, and the final result was fine. Like there's no damage on it. Not as much damage on it as it could have been. So. Yeah, well, because I used like metallic paint too for it, so that's why it was kind of a pain in the ass. And you can't really use the clear coat on it either because the way because it would have dulled because the way I think because the way it was kind of described to me, at least in videos I saw, is that a clear coat will kind of dull the metallic paint a bit, and it won't look as good. You know, it'll kind of defeat the purpose of it being a metallic paint. So, yeah. All right, well, I think I'm good with the skin colors now. So I'm gonna pull out some darker greens here, so we can get the hair going. I might use some black here. I might just start with a black, honestly, just for some of the darker areas, and we'll kind of pull in some greens that way. Also, kind of helps differentiate and kind of separate it from the skin tones if you have a more harsher sort of dark color going for it. So, or if you have it underneath. So just kind of should add some big shapes here, and we'll kind of throw the green on top of that. Okay. Should have went with black, yeah. Or okay, let me see. I had to paint a ABS RC van body. It felt like it took forever. Oh yeah. Went for me to roll it a few weeks after scuffing up the paint. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the worst when you like work your ass out to paint something and it just like freaking scrapes. Something like that. All right, pulling the G85. Now it's kind of a weaker color. How about G99? Yeah, sure. Kind of more of a military sort of green almost. Okay. Let's see, we'll grab a YG17. Just for little highlights here. So grab a BG78. Just going to add a bit of a bluish green to the hair. Just a little bit to kind of add some spice to it. And might as well do the eyebrows. So come out with black. And while we're here, might as well do the eyes as well. We already have our greens pulled out. Reminds me of Jack from Jack and Dexter. Yeah. Never seen that. So, all right, no idea what that is. So, all right, let's see. Let's try. Okay. It's a PS2 game. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Let's do it for the greens at least for Beastboy here. Let's see. Let's pull my markers away. Little container here. I'll pull out the magentas. And we'll start doing the purple on his, or magenta, or whatever, on his torso. Then we'll move on to the grays, and then the blacks. And then that'll be about it, because he's a very, very simple character, color-wise, anyways. What do you just dry that? Screw you then. Don't need you. Ever. RV17. And it's the middle. That's purple. So we'll start with that. Start by mapping out the shadow of his arm here. Oh, that's supposed to be black. Oh well. Just realized. Went too far. That's okay. Just clean up the lines there a little bit. All right. Okay, I'll start off with a lighter pink here, then we'll kind of transition to more darker shades of purple. Well, sometimes for costumes, I'll actually do dark to light. But here, I think I'm gonna go kind of mids to lights, then to darks. I think that's kind of going here. Beastboy is also kind of one of those characters that started to become really, really easy for me to memorize as well as like Raven and Batman and all the other characters. There's only a few like characters that I can actually draw straight from memory. Beastboy's getting there actually, kind of. He's almost to the point where it's like I can just like straight up draw him without any sort of reference material. Transformers are a different story because you absolutely need some form of source material or reference material in order to draw them because they're so complex and detailed and all that. Gotta make sure you get the lines correct on those guys. Unless you have a crazy style for them, and then it's fair game after that. But. Okay. Just a grab of the 09. Get very, very harsh sort of purple going now. And I'm going to follow our lines here. Motherfucker. All right. I use references for my characters to keep consistency. Yeah, it's an important thing to do. Consistency is also important for characters and all that. But in terms of like just like specific designs of characters, I can kind of like just draw. This Beastboy in particular, this design for Beastboy is pretty simple for me to draw. Actually, Green Lantern is also one of those characters I can just draw from memory, and Atrocitus from Red Lanterns. So I used to draw. I used to do a lot of like Green Lantern drawings actually, around my teenage years and all that. So yeah. I kind of promised I would do some more Green Lantern stuff this year, but I just never got around to it, unfortunately. But we'll have to fix that at some point. Hopefully before the year ends. It's hard to really commit to art promises sometimes. Once you get paid, then you can, you're kind of kind of force yourself to get to work. It's dying on me. Try the chisel blend. Sometimes there'll be more ink on the other side. Not this time. It's weird. Yeah, quick. So BL9. Yeah. Just gonna refill this guy real quick. I'm using the newer sort of refills because I got into Copics late in the game, so I never got any of the older ones. Okay, should be enough. We'll do the tip, so to speak. Can't see that yet. So I just dump some into the hole, and then I do a little bit on the chiseled side. And I'll just kind of let that sink in. There we go. Oop. A little bit too much. That's okay. Shit. I'll just go over it all. I'm not liking the way the rest of the lines are being colored here. When in doubt, just color all over it. Make it simple. Don't try to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed, so to speak. I feel like it's a lot better, actually. All right. I'll come in with a brighter color. It's going to help marry the darker color to the lighter color we just used earlier, so to speak. Right. Kind of maybe a little bit less dark. It's kind of the thought behind it, anyways. There we go. Starting to come together. Let's grab a V12, 15. All right, I think that should be good enough for Beastboy here. I can always use gray tones to kind of emphasize the muscles there and all that. So just worry about that later. Let's get the, let's see. I'm going to decide how I want to do the chrome. Because I want there to be a chrome belt, but I want it to have a normal sort of gray, the glove here. And then there's going to be just blacks for the black part of the costume. So we got my cool grays and a little blue. So I'll have to use a little bit of the blue for the whenever I do chrome stuff. All right. And then we'll move on to some grays. Start with C1. Bring some C2. I might bring in a little bit of spice here with some violet grays here. So add a little bit of difference to it. C4, find it. I'll grab some more blue. That should be it for the belt there. Let's do a gray for the. Should do the violet gray for the. Wrong part. It's supposed to be the thick one. That part's supposed to be all black, so I might just do that in just a minute. But it's all good though. Right. All right, that should be good to go. We do the blacks now, and then that'll probably be it for today. Okay, move on to a bluish violet. Or it's actually there we go. Didn't want to go for a full-on gray for the muscle lines here. Want to go a little bit darker. So I kind of just go over all of it, then we'll pull in the other darker shade. What's up this guy? Probably running low. Let's use what I can. Jesus. You really fell. All right, good enough. Okay. Oh, I gotta make sure I do the mouth as well. Just remembered. All right. Use a purple for the mouth. A little bit different. I'm gonna go too realistic here, so much more of a cartoony look. So she might throw in a little bit of red. Actually, I'll start with the purple, and then I'll kind of bring in reds from the inside. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good combo. Let's use garnet. Oh, that one's dead. Let's use 89. All right. So clean up the inks here, and then we'll color wrap. Oh, we'll do our highlights as well. That'll be it. Tidy up the pupil. Filling that in, making sure you can look at this properly. Hey, where's the pictures? Good to see you. My bias something on my way. But, all right, no problem. We're almost done here, actually. I think we're going to probably be wrapping up pretty soon. Just doing the final touches here. But good to see you. I think I've seen you on the channel for a while. Do nice and thick sort of lines for the more cartoony drawings here. Sounds text to me. As always, thanks, dude. Yeah. I try to be as quality as possible here. been a little while, actually. It's been a little while since I've been able to do a whole lot of these color streams. Too much work. Just that in a minute. Leave the circle there. Use a template for that. Go from there. Just going to define the muscle lines a bit more. Okay. Templates. Just kind of picking up that belt here. I think that should be good enough. We'll do the smaller bit there. Use a different pen for the mouth. Nope. This one. There we go. There's our Beastboy. You can do some little highlights here. And we should be smooth sailing. Just a whole thing full of my gel pens, my Pashkas, all good stuff. That's what I used to kind of finalize a lot of my drawings here. But I need to curate some of these pens because they're not working properly. That's fine. Do that. Don't need much else for this one. So grab the highlight in the eye. Gonna tidy up the teeth because we don't want our Beastboy to have some good dental plans. even though he's an animal, kind of. Make sure he's well taken care of here. No more candy bars, Beastboy. Let's grab the eyes. Light them up. Actually, a little bit of green on them. All right, I think we're good to go. That's quick. Yeah, well, it's a very simple drawing, so I didn't think it was going to take that long either. So just want a very simple, quick stream today. And I could go ahead and do a background. I just don't really want it right now. I think I kind of like the more simple sort of plain sort of look here. Just a simple pinup of Beastboy here. So yeah, I think that's about it for Beastboy. Just need to pull my pens back actually. Just need to sign my work. Since we're doing Beastboy, we'll do some green. Let's see. See, I have two mark Sharpies, so yeah. This guy. And let's do it right here. A very simple signature. But yeah, there's our boy. There's our happy-go-lucky Beastboy. So yeah, so I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Daniel, I'm going to words, and I'm sure there's other people who are lurking in chat. So I want to say thank you all for jumping by, and not too sure what I'll be doing next weekend. I did kind of promise, what's her name, Maria on Geeky Crochet's channel, and I might pop by because she just started doing her own YouTube show or art streams, so I might pop on by one of her streams one day. But yeah, yes, and you can usually follow me on Twitter. I think I have it here. That's where I usually post most of my updates for my. Why are you so slow? Log out. What the fuck are you doing? Good profile. There. I'll drop the link to my Twitter, so if you want to follow me. Don't really post a whole lot on there lately, but you know, if you want to get in touch with me for a commission, that's kind of where you can. That's kind of the best place to find me for a commission job. Let's see, so yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do for next week, but if you look on my Twitter, I'll usually have an update for what I'll be doing. So yeah, on that note, I think I'm going to call it a wrap right here. I got to go take care of some things. So, but yeah, thanks for dropping by, Daniel. It's good to meet you. Had a good fun conversation about art and all that. So, hope to have you back soon next weekend. And yeah, let's see. What clip do I want to? No, I didn't bring any Teen Titans clip. It pissed me off. But here we'll do some. I'll do Combaticons. So we were talking about Transformers earlier, so I'll do a Transformers clip. So, but yes, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Retreat!
enough of his orders. We need to take control of this ship. Combaticons, combine into Bruticus!
The Transformers will return after these messages.